Hello, and welcome to another edition of our Salesforce Quick Hit series. My name is Chad Smith, and I'm a Salesforce.com technical architect. So we're going to do another Salesforce Quick Hit video, and this one is going to be on Salesforce Listviews for sales reps. So for the sales rep, how can I create list views that are going to be valuable to me? So our agenda for today is we're going to start with looking at how to set up some list views for accounts, and I'll show you a couple of tricks using using multiple values, and then we'll look at something that's a little more advanced, and that's the OR modifier. And then we'll look at some list views for opportunities, and in particular, some of the date filters that you can use. So the ones that we'll be looking at and demoing will be this month, next month, and this year date filters. And you can also find a complete list of those date filters available at sforce.co/1HCEYXE there, or for our short URL. Alright, so I have a relatively handy view here that comes standard with Salesforce called My Accounts, which is going to display all of my accounts here in the list view. And one of the things I get asked quite often during training is, this is great, but I want to find all of my accounts in a particular state or in a particular country. So let's go ahead and create a new list view that's going to do that for me. We'll find everybody in California. So this is probably the simplest list view that you can create, and I'll do that by simply clicking Create a New View, and I'll give it a view name. So we'll call it My Accounts in California as step 1. Step 2 is to set the filter criteria, so what records are going to be on that list view. And I can show all accounts or just my accounts. I just care about my account, so I'll go with my accounts. And then I want to look at the state. So I will go in here and I will select billing state here, being equal to CA. Alright, so that's my filter. And then I'll select which fields to display. So account name, account site, billing state, this is all good. If I wanted to also, show their website on this list view, I can just select that field from the left, click on the right arrow, and it's going to be there. And here you can also move the fields up and down to determine which order they display in. And then I'll go ahead and click Save. And I now see my accounts where the billing state is in CA. Now, if you remember back here when I looked at all of my accounts, there is one in here that's actually in California. Somebody decided to type the entire state in rather than use the abbreviation. So to account for that, what I can do on my list view here, I could always create a new one to do this, but I can also edit this list view, is in my operators here, I can change this to contains, and then in the value I'll just put in a comma and then type in the word. So using the contains operator and a comma to separate the values lets you pick multiple values here. So I'll go ahead and hit save here. Alright, so now my accounts in California is going to bring up this account here. Now, right now we're just looking at the billing state or province, but let's say I want to show all those where the billing state or the shipping state is in California. Well, let's go ahead and do an edit here. And in my filter now, I would pick shipping state province. And again, I can do a contains, so I'll pick up CA as well as California, like so. But you'll notice if I were to just hit save now, I'm probably going to get 0 because there are no records that have the billing and the shipping in California. And so I'm going to want to change this logic from an AND to an OR. And in here you'll notice at the bottom I can now say add filter logic. And right now it says both criteria have to be met, 1 and 2. I'll just change this to 1 or 2. Go ahead and hit save, and now that works. Alright, And then if you ever don't need this anymore, maybe your territory gets changed, you can always delete here to delete a list view. So let's move on to opportunities. And I have a handy my opportunities here. Go ahead and hit go, and so we can see all of my opportunities. So for the first one, let's just say I want to see a list of all of my open opportunities. So let's go ahead and create that. So I'll do create new view, and I'll say my open opportunities. And we'll filter it by owner again because I just care about mine. And then on the filter field here, I can use the closed being equal to false now, which means that it's going to show me all of my opens, or where closed is false. And again, on the selected fields, I'm showing the opportunity name, the account name, the amount, close date, stage, and the owner. So that's probably a pretty good listing. Maybe I want to show probability as well. So I'll go ahead and select probability. We'll go ahead and move that one up, hit save. And so now I have a list view for my open opportunities. So let's take this a little bit further, and let's say I want to see all of my open opportunities that are closing this month. So this is where these handy date filters come into play. So let me go ahead and create a new view, and I'll say my open opportunities closing this month. And again, I'll just show my opportunities, and closed is going to be equal to false. All right. And then the close date, so when it should be closing, equals, and this, I'm just going to go ahead and type in this month. Now, Salesforce understands what this month means. And I'll go ahead and hit save now. And so now we see just those opportunities that are closing this month. Maybe you wanted to do another handy one is this year as well. So I could create a view, my open opportunities closing this year. And so again, closed equal to false. And then I'll just say close date equals this year, and then hit save. And so there's everything for this year. And if you just do a Google search here, if I say Salesforce Listview date filter, you can get a list here of all of the different dates that are available. This wants to come up here. So here's the list that is available. So you can do yesterday, today, tomorrow, last week, this week, etc. There's quite a few here available. All right, so that is creating list views for sales reps. Hope you enjoyed.